SK Gaming without Yemen. So that's going to be pretty interesting to see how that plays out. The starting lineup for SK will be X3MW, Jazer, and Dedu. And myXMG will be running Sniper Kid a lot in Turbo Pulsa.
Yeah, so I mean, already, I think this should be very interesting, this particular matchup. Especially with everything that's happened with SK. This isn't necessarily a formation for SK that we've never seen before. We have seen these three play together. It's clearly their squad going forward. We know the capabilities of all three of these players. Very formidable, very dangerous. X3 in particular is a potent striker. And we've got myXMG, who has had a bit of, I want to say like a downturn as of late. Just a little bit of trouble on their end. They were playing exceptionally well, but then things started to fall apart. Some losses that maybe shouldn't have happened. But hopefully they've broken out of that, and hopefully they're going to really contest SK in this series. I could see this, probably going in favor of SK, knowing what I've seen, at least based off of history. But it really just comes down to the advantage here and which team is looking best today.
Yeah, absolutely. And fun fact about these players, for SK Gaming, we're going to see a lot of Dominus, as the Dominus is the favorite card for all of the starters on SK. Dedu is the only player on SK who is not a SART vet. So the previous game, Super Acrobatic Rocket Power Battle Cars, that is quite the mouthful. The veterans on the team for SK being Jazer and X3MW. And a little fun fact about that, or about these players, X3MW says he's the worst 1v1 player on the planet, which I would argue is not true. And so X3 or myXMG, though, is a team consisting of completely non-SART vets. And one fun thing about Turbo Pulsar is that he has an ugly mustache, and Sniper Kid is not wearing pants. So this will be, I wonder how that will affect him not wearing pants going into this matchup.
I mean, it's every factor I think can impact performance, and maybe the freedom of not having pants will make him feel less restricted, and he'll have a little more fluidity to his control, or it'll have no effect at all. I mean, I'm just kind of spitballing here, but speaking of 1v1, going back to what to what X3 said. Whenever I get asked about like who are the best players in the world, what makes like the top players in the world, this and that, I don't look at 1v1 necessarily. A lot of people like to throw how good somebody is at 1v1 into that factor, and I don't think it's necessarily a factor the way people want it to be.
Absolutely. So we've got myXMG versus SK in this first game in the 5-game series between these two teams. myXMG has been doing very well lately, and SK no longer having Yemen. It will be interesting to see how they compete today.
Yep, and they still have a very dangerous team. A lot of people we typically don't see to do on that list, or at least on that roster. Usually it's Jazer and X3 who played alongside Yemen. But now that he's going to be kind of rocking this roster full time, it's a really good chance to see how well these three mesh, and I think that's the big factor here. And as you say that, Dedu, what a blistering shot. Look at this. Plays it off of a lot and then just comes charging in. Wow. I mean, that is just, that's pretty. That's what that is. That is a pretty shot, and that is a brutal shot.
Oh, and another response right away.
So this one, maybe not so pretty, just kind of brute force, but a good job on the part of Sniper Kid. He stays behind the ball, prevents that attempt to clear, and he's able to follow up with that second opportunity. So we're tied already.
Yes, so so essentially 0-0. Both these squads tied up. We're going to go on board with X3MW for SK. Dedu trying to get the pass out into the mid. That's broken up by Sniper Kid. X3 is falling back. Does get that full boost. Looking to get the block here. Sniper Kid gets a good pass off of it. X3 not able to get a big clear.
Yeah, a lot had a nice shot on net there, but it does hit that right post. Oh, Jazer had a good open net opportunity, but he just drills it into the corner instead. Oh, the cross. Look at this double cross play. You're going to see the aerial comes in, both Turbo Pulsa and a lot kind of cross there, and then Jazer and X3 cross on the save attempt. But myXMG on the board, and yeah, they're looking good.
And we're going to go on board with Turbo Pulsa from myXMG. No players from myXMG start vets going up against a mostly start vet crew of SK. We'll see how they fare. Right now, it's doing pretty good. They are leading 2-1. Got to be happy about that so far, but still very early in the game. Lots of time left.
Yeah, 1 or 2 wins here for myXMG. Oh, beautiful. Okay, we're just gonna keep doing this, aren't we?
Yeah, so
look
you
at
can
this.
see
A lot. Go ahead.
A lot right off the wall gets the hit. Dedu committed to going and getting that hit. A lot off the wall beats him to it, puts that one on net. So a lot of credit there to a lot for putting his team up 3-1. And we'll go on board with him as he continues to try to help his team extend the lead.
Yeah, and SK, I mean, right now, they are certainly falling a little bit behind. They have some pretty sizable defensive lapses that allowed those goals to happen. The very first goal, though, was kind of brute force, so I can't really fault them too much for that. But definitely that last goal was just a big error on their part. And it might just be that Game 1 situation. We see that a lot in regular tournament play. You get Game 1, both teams are kind of figuring each other out, figuring out how they want to play the game. And, oh, look at X3. Wow. That was some beautiful ball control right there.
Yeah, you can see Jazer, the good wall hit, though. Sniper Kid with a critical redirect, getting that ball out of the danger zone. Needs to get another one here. This could be bad for myXMG. Nobody for SK there to put that one in, but still lots of pressure. SK X3MW trying to make something happen, not able to do so. And now myXMG on the attack.
A lot taken out. Good demo there, because right on that offensive opportunity, but here, another shot on goal. I think if Turbo Pulsa had made that contact, that would have extended this lead to 4-1.
Yeah, it was a tough angle. He wasn't able to get around in time. But still, myXMG putting on a lot of pressure. SK looking a little bit rusty here as another goal goes in for myXMG by Turbo Pulsa.
Wow. This is a very surprising scoreline right now. I'm going to tell you that. Turbo Pulsa plays that beautifully, gets that low bounce, puts it high into the net. I mean,
yeah, you could see there that Dedu tried to get the hit there, but he just didn't have enough boost to get up there and make the play. So myXMG boost starving, paying off there as Dedu was not able to break that up.
Yeah, it's smart strategy, and it is paying off so far, but this is a very lopsided score, all things considered. You know, I definitely did not expect a 4-1 start, but it is just the first game, but it's a good win for myXMG, who was definitely coming in as the underdog in this particular matchup.
There you can see Dedu trying to break this play up, going for the double tap there. Jazer comes in, bails him out, hitting that ball into the corner. Although Dedu has no boost, he's really waiting for it. He wants to help make a play, but he can't without boost. You can see him just flipping back, picking up these pads. Does get the clear.
Yeah, it is smart, just overall strategy.
Oh, and look at that redirect by a lot. A beautiful play by myXMG. You can see Jazer trying to get this one in. Turbo puts it into the mid where a lot is waiting and redirects that one. Jazer not able to get there in time. And 5-1, myXMG leading SK pretty significantly here.
Yeah, this is not only a significant lead, it is relentless. I mean, they are looking like the far better team. Sometimes the scoreline doesn't necessarily show you who the better team is, even if there's a sizable lead. But this, I mean, you're just seeing SK getting outplayed, especially defensively. You've got really smart awareness on the part of myXMG. They're shutting down these chances. They're getting solid clears. They're playing the ball forward. And just poor defense. That's the name of the game on the part of SK right now. They can't get good positioning there, and myXMG is just picking them apart.
They certainly are. Only 40 seconds left here. myXMG with a huge lead. X3 trying to make something happen. It's getting shut down by a lot, who passes it over to Sniper in the mid, passing it back up the wall. A lot going to be waiting for this cross map pass, but opts rather to go back on defense. And oh no, this could be a bad situation. He passes it off the wall to Dedu, but Dedu just puts that one high.
Yeah, again, you know, another decent offensive chance that kind of falls apart. And here comes myXMG. They're again just on the attack. And that's I mean, that's really going to be it. You know, there's nothing more that SK can do here, so they're just going to have to eat this game one loss, this big, sizable game one loss, and try to regroup in game two.
Yeah, myXMG looking incredibly dominant in that performance. Multiple shots from every player getting on the board with a goal and an assist. SK needing to bounce back. You can see sub 100 points there for Jazer. So SK needing to get back into this one, but it's still very early in this series of 5. Although Crown and Jewels setting the stage with 5 games is going to make it tough for anybody to touch them on top of the ladder so far.
Yeah, I mean, as good as myXMG is looking here, I'd be very surprised if they were to go 5-0 in this set. So I think this is a brilliant start for Crown and Jewels. I think they're going to hold on to that #1 spot alone. And I'll be honest, I didn't expect any team to own that #1 spot by itself.
Absolutely. We'll see if anyone else can even complete that sweep. It's quite challenging to do, especially when every single team is the caliber that they are. So we're going to hop on board with Dedu here, going for that aerial. Just tapping it down there for myXMG. So a lot of boost, not a lot to show for that particular hit. Opportunity here to put one on net. Does get a good pass into the mid. A lot's going to try to break that one up, and he does.
Yep, really nice way to disrupt that. Gets the clear again, and it's just showing what they've been doing these past 2 games. It's just getting good defensive awareness, good clears along the wall, which forces SK to have to fall back or sacrifice themselves like we saw there to just try and prevent the clear. But they really need to open up the floodgates, and there's a good start. Jazer, the first goal for SK in a very long time.
Yeah, so a good tap by Dedu. You could see him off the wall. Sniper Kid was expecting potentially an off-the-wall shot, and that led him to stay on the ground there. But Jazer coming up big with that play, putting his team up 1-0. And we'll go on board with Jazer, who is rocking the Dominus. Everybody from SK today rocking the Dominus, which is my personal favorite car as well.
Yeah, I think it's either that or Octane. Seems to be the preferred card of choice amongst many pros. With a few exceptions, of course, but that does seem to be the way to go. And already, myXMG. I mean, look at this nice pressure they're putting together. And they're working like together as a unit for a lot of these attempts. A lot of back and forth, good setups to their teammates. Not a lot of solo shots. And there's a beautiful pass to Turbo Pulsa.
Yeah,
One more time.
We'll see a little bit of flips here. You can see a lot with a very powerful hit, and Turbo manipulating his car, so swinging that one around, hitting it with the hood, putting that one in. Very good mechanical control by Turbo Pulsa, and they tie it up 1-1. myXMG still looking very strong.
Yep, just a very nice play there. A really good pass, and a little bit of showboating, a little bit of flashy play by Turbo Pulsa to get his team on the board here in Game 2.
Yeah, you can see Turbo with a good stop there, preventing that one from getting out into the mid. Dedu trying to continue to get out there. Turbo Pulsa, though, a brick wall. Helped out by Sniper Kid there. So myXMG tries to break out of this assault. 2 players up there for SK. And now myXMG, yeah, myXMG doing a good job of putting the pressure on right now.
Oh, big demo. This could be a good opportunity, but it gets immediately answered. That would have been a nice break for SK, but a good response demo.
Yeah, you can see Sniper Kid trying to work the clear here, not able to get much of a hit, and Dedu puts a floater right out in front of net. It does bounce straight down. Tough spot, but a lot does get a critical touch there, bouncing that one up, messing Dedu up on the hit. So a very good defensive play by a lot, saving that goal.
Yeah, every attempt on net was just getting stuffed, turned aside, shut down. Great defensive play by myXMG. I mean, I don't know if you can tell me if you disagree with this, but it seems like we're getting a lot of really nicely executed attempts at plays from myXMG, and a lot of just solo shots on net for SK. But as I say that, we get a really nice, beautiful wall play. I shouldn't talk about things because then the opposite happens.
Well, yeah, well, he did get a little bit of an assist with Jazer putting that one up on the wall, but really tough shot, tough angle there from X3, but he makes it happen. And now SK leading this one here, and they need it as they are down 1-0 in this 5-game series.
Yeah, if they go down 2-0, it's going to put them in a very, very difficult position to respond. So maybe they can hold on to this, but with the way myXMG is playing, I would be a little surprised if they don't get a response goal at some point here.
Yep, so it being a 5-game series, we will play 5 no matter what. Crown and Jewels setting the standard at winning all 5. SK and myXMG now having to also compete with that kind of record here, although Flipside didn't take as many games as I thought they would against Spectral, so it looks like it's going to be a pretty interesting race all season long. You guys will have to tune in for these next few weeks to see that play out, but so far, lots of really close matches, overtimes, and very exciting gameplay.
Yeah, I mean, I love it when, you know, these series get very interesting, because that means that, you know, one team is not going to kind of set the pace in 1 week's time and then own it the rest of the way. You're going to see some very interesting things, so you got to tune in every single week to make sure you're catching all these games so you see how these teams do. Wow.
Oh, a little bouncer does go in. Jazer breaking up the play to do on the wall. He hits it, not very hard, mind you, but enough to go in. You can see Turbo Pulsa needed to get the block there, misread it, and that ended up just bouncing in at a mere 29 miles per hour.
Those can definitely be hard to read when they start going slow. It's just, you know, they take interesting bounces you're not quite expecting, and it paid off for them. So I think SK, coming into the end of this game here, might have enough to finally get on the board and tie this whole set up at 1-1.
Yeah, so we'll go into the bird's eye view here as SK launches their attack. Jazer trying to get there before Turbo does miss his hit, and now 2 players up for myXMG. A big hit needed here from Sniper. He does pass it down. Turbo there to get that secondary hit and the clear. So good breakout by myXMG, but they were not able to get anything on net, but still have possession and can make something happen.
Yeah, we're starting to see myXMG find their usual rhythm, find their usual style of play. I think we'll see it break out even more in Game 3. But regardless, this win is big for SK, but it's also big for Crown and Jewels, because now that SK has won this game, it means that Crown and Jewels owns that #1 spot in the European division this week.
Yep, they are guaranteed. This is the last series for the EU region. Earlier we had Crown and Jewels versus the Supersonic Avengers, followed up by Flipside Tactics, and now the final EU game, EU matchup this week is myXMG versus SK. So like you were saying, Crown and Jewels 5-0 against Supersonic Avengers. Flipside 3-2 versus Spectral, and now we've got 1-1 myXMG versus SK. So Crown and Jewels uncontested #1 after week 1 in the EU region. So very good point there that you make. So now Crown and Jewels has to be pretty happy. I'm sure Pashy is popping champagne back in his room.
I'm sure he is very delighted that Crown and Jewels will be the #1 team in the European region here in the first week of the Pro League. So now they just got to keep that up. But now we're on a new map we haven't seen so far today, Utopia Dusk. So, a little bit of mood lighting.
Oh yes, absolutely. So we've got NA coming up next, but still, myXMG SK Gaming, the #3 seed, myXMG versus #2 SK. And it has been very close matches, as you can see by the 1-1 scoreline in the series.
Yeah, it's you know, these two teams are actually a lot more evenly matched than I expected, at least as far as this series goes. So we'll need to see how well SK manages to come back together and show why they are one of the best teams in the region. A big save there. That helps.
Yeah, X3MW with a huge save and follows it up with the clear. So lots of pressure coming out by myXMG, but X3 coming up clutch with those defensive stops. You can see Dadu with a huge hit into the mid. We'll see how this bounces off the backboard. Turbo Pulsa does get a finger on it.
Oh.
Dadu almost getting that block as well. So an onslaught coming in by SK, but myXMG is holding strong.
Both teams looking stellar on the defensive and offensive sides of the ball this game. Just so many opportunities for both teams right on net. Good plays developing, but the defense is just shining right now, and nobody has managed to break through.
Yep, so we can see here myXMG Turbo Pulso trying to play that one back, comes in, isn't able to get the hit, so now is forced to retreat. A lot has to make a play, and he does interrupt.
Good thing he was back there.
Absolutely.
That was right on point. Last thing you want is a full field shot going in your net in such a even series.
Yeah, but still myXMG putting on pressure. Both of these teams still neck and neck. We're scoreless. About half the time gone in the game. And XMG ends the tie with a goal.
That is beautiful. Take a look at this play. Jazer is going to play this off. He cuts off the clear attempt and sets up X3MW, who just drills it into the net. Absolutely relentless. I mean, that was beautiful looking. That is good teamwork, good playmaking on the part of both team members of XK. So
we've got
a way to start.
Yeah, SK taking the lead here, and almost another goal. Turbo Pulsa does put that one aside. Although a lot trying to set up someone in the mid, though Dadu is the one that takes advantage of that pass.
Yep. But good little bit of defensive cross-checking there by Dadu. Gotta have that physical play. I'm telling you, this is a full contact sport, and the teams that play it like that are the teams that really tend to do well, because they can force plays to happen if they bump their opponent out of the way, if they demo them out of the play, whatever it is, you know.
Yes, absolutely. And there you saw a pass into the mid by a lot, trying to get the clear, but a lot of times you see bad clears will bounce directly back out into the mid. You have to be very careful when you're using the wall as a resource, trying to get the clear. Almost costing myXMG there, but still in it. And Turbo Pulsa with a shot, and that was going in, but Jazer puts that one aside.
Good awareness by Jazer, just cutting in there at the last moment. Oh, big opportunity for myXMG.
Oh, and it's going to go in. So, it looked like SK did have an opportunity to clear this. You can see a lot does get in there, challenge it, put it up in the air. Sniper Kid just completely misses it and almost blocks it. Yeah. But a lot is able to get that one forced in the net. We'll go on board with him, as we have a tied game between myXMG and SK.
Yeah, are we finally going to get the overtime that we've seen in every series so far? I mean, that just seems to be the way everything tends to go. But not if SK has anything to do with it. Oh, big whiff. He missed making that shot, and that net was wide open. Could have been a huge chance for SK to get the lead late in the game here.
Oh, an opportunity in the mid. Jazer not able to take advantage of it. X3MW does get a dribble pass. Sniper Kid there to break that one up. And Dadu not able to get back in time. Sniper Kid just gets enough on the ball to put it in an unsavable position for Dadu. You can see he was trying, but really nothing he could do there. He just taps the one back into his own net. A valiant effort, but that one was unblockable.
Yeah, I mean, maybe he was hoping to just send that ball up a little high, hit the crossbar, at least disrupt it enough, but there was just no way. And Dadu, though, makes a good save there. But this lead, big for myXMG.
Yeah, so 2-1 here in favor of myXMG. Both these teams very close in play, and actually all of the EU. Oh wow, not Yemen. Oops, no. X3MW forcing that one in. I apologize, X3.
Dadu just floating that in, and then X3 cuts off the clear there, or at least the position of how wide that ball went, and man just directed in. So big tying goal here late in the game.
So we're going on board with X3MW from SK, and oh no, a little dribbler Dadu is able to drive around that ball and dribble it out. That was a close call.
And that is going to turn into a goal here.
Oh, wow. X3 ending the tie.
Look at this save. Was amazing. I'm sorry it's not on the replay, but X3MW just managed to get in there and take care of business. And a good opening. 30 seconds now, and SK, they are probably going to take this win here if they can just hold out for a little bit longer.
Yep, they are poised to take it right now, but myXMG is on the attack right now. X3 does get a good clear. A lot pounces that one back into the mid, and that could have been a dangerous situation. We have only 10 seconds left. myXMG has to make their move right now, but oh no, a lot misses the clear, and that's going to be it. Unless there's a miracle, it looks like SK is going to take game 3. and maybe even get another goal on the way.
Well, the miracle ended, or at least any hope of the miracle has come to an abrupt end there. So
yep, SK taking that game. We will be loading up the next map here. Looks like it is going to be Manfield Stormy, so it's going to be a little rainy here.
Interesting.
But yeah, no Wasteland picks from these two teams. Very interesting to see Wasteland so early in the day. And also that result did pay off in favor of the lower-seeded team Spectral against Flipside. So we'll have to wait and see if Wasteland makes an appearance on the NA side. But right now we've got SK, who just took the lead 2-1 in this 5-game series versus myXMG.
So far, slow start. At least slow, very early start, but looks like SK trying to get a good cross out of the corner and maybe set up some kind of offensive chance, but I don't see it happening.
Yeah, myXMG very close loss there. SK just taking the lead in the final moments. myXMG does look very strong though, so they're coming out fierce, trying to take this 4th game. We've got one more after this in this 5-game series. But right now, XMG trying to level the playing field, get back to even.
And they could certainly use it, and they're certainly capable of it. It was a very close set of games thus far. They've had a lot of good openings, but nice play forward by Jazer. Breaks it over a Lot's head and just carries that one right into the goal.
Yeah, you can see Turbo and Sniper both went up for that. A Lot trying to get back, but not able to do so, and it's just an easy goal. Another situation where sending up 2 players to get that hit left the net vulnerable, and fortunately for SK, they were able to take advantage of that and put in an easy goal.
Yep, easy goals are just as good as any other goal, even if you work for them. You just want to get goals on the board, get an early advantage, start setting the pace. I mean, that's really what it's all about, is own the tempo of the game. And a team that can really control the tempo of the game is a team that can, control everything. And look at Dedu, nice play off the wall. He's going to try to play this forward. Looked like he was almost setting it up for X3, but the ball didn't take quite the bounce it was looking for, and there will be no goal on that.
So you can see Sniper Kid moving into position, all 3 members of SK there, but they still get the clear. Dedu in the corner trying to get it out in the mid. Is able to get it there, but no one from SK in position to take advantage. So Sniper Kid is able to get that pass out into the mid, though. Jazer promptly clears that out of the danger zone.
Yeah, that was a bit of a lucky break. I saw that ball as it was going around the corner. It floated right over Dedu's head, but nobody from myXMG could get to it and react in time. So now, what a gorgeous play by SK Gaming.
Yeah, you can
look at Jazer. He's going to just help feed this through, and X3 penetrates the defense like that.
Turbo had to get the block there. He wasn't able to get up in time, and just an easy hit right into the goal. So it's SK taking it 2-0 as they're trying to force their 3rd win of this 5-game series.
Yeah, I think they would love to get that, another win, extend this a little bit further before we head to Urban for Game 5. So it's just a nice approach to, it's a necessary win. They're trying to become that SK team that we expected them to be, and show that they have what it takes to be that dominant EU squad. There's a long season ahead, still 6 weeks to go of the regular season, but you start strong. That's how you want things to go here.
Yep, there's plenty of time and a lot of games left. Although if you guys were wondering where Noble was this week, Noble is the team with the week 1 bye. So Noble we will not be seeing from the EU side, and also from the NA side, Orange Creamsicle getting the first week bye. We will have the schedule on rocket-league.com. But yes, those teams having buys, and Dedu scoring the 3rd goal for SK as they continue to increase their lead.
Yeah, this back and forth, very nice between the members of SK. X3MW just set up Dedu perfectly, and now it is getting out of hand for myXMG.
Oh, and an open net there. Dedu, though, does get back to cover. But myXMG putting on a lot of pressure, trying to get that first goal of the series, or of this match, or game, I mean.
Yeah, and they're going to need
They've
it here.
had plenty of goals in the match. But.
Yeah, first goal of something.
Yes, they are.
To actually get them on the board, I think that's what we're looking for. And there it is.
And there it is. The shutout is finally ended by Sniper Kid. So you can see the block there by Jazer. Sniper Kid passing off the wall to himself. X3 tapping to do. Neither one of the players getting the hit there, leaving the net vulnerable for Sniper Kid to finish that one off.
Yeah, he really did set himself up well there. So, good stuff for myXMG finally getting on the board. I don't know if it's going to be too late, though. It's taken them a long time just to get their first goal. And we can see that SK is starting to really look like a threatening offensive team. But they left the net open. Oh, what a stop. Wow. Nice. Critical stop by X3 right there.
Yeah, preserving that lead for SK Gaming. Still 2 goals, not the biggest lead here. myXMG trying to close the gap. Still plenty of time to come back from this. They'll need a goal very quickly, though. A lot trying to get a hit there. He does set it up for Dedu there, so using a lot of boost for that hit. Not really paying off. Just 40 seconds left for myXMG to make a move.
So far, so good. And there's a nice chance. Wow!
That was a beautiful shot. Beautiful redirect, but a big save coming out from SK.
I didn't even know how he managed to get that save, but he did. Oh, misplay off the wall. Well,
yeah, time winding down here for myXMG in this 4th game. Looks like SK is going to be taking it, moving up to 3-1 in this 5-game series. Just 1 left. myXMG trying to recover. So SK with a pretty strong performance so far, taking 3 games out of 4 just so far. And we've got the next map coming up, which is going to be the last between these 2 teams, and it will be Urban Day. So 5th match between these teams will be Urban Day. So a very, very, casual map. So nothing like Wasteland.
Oh yeah, no Wasteland like maps in this series. Just a nice set of games, and we are just charging straight into it. No waiting. Final game here on the European region, and then we're hopping to North America. So,
yep, SK up 3-1. myXMG trying to get this 2nd game would put them right there down there with Spectral after week 1's performance.
And I mean it's a good start to have. You know, picking up 2 wins in the first week against a team that you probably weren't expected to get more than 2 against, if 2. You know, Spectral I think was a team that was expected to go by a lot of people either 5-0 or 4-1.
4-1, yeah.
So a good break for them.
Yep. Good defense there by Sniper Kid. Jazer there to put one right back on net. Nobody in net for myXMG, able to make the save. So you can see a good tap there by X3 preventing that first clear. Sniper Kid does try to get it, but it bounces right to Jazer. And a lot not able to get enough on his jump to block that shot. And SK goes up 1-0.
Wow, that was just a laser from Jazer. I mean, that was a blasting shot that goes straight into the net there. So a good start for SK here.
Jazer laser, I like that. So myXMG, yeah, I guess so. But myXMG trying to get something going here. We're on board with X3MW, who set up the assist in the first goal. A lot does get a good redirect off the backboard, but Sniper Kid misses that hit. So does Dedu. Turbo Pulse a little bit freaked out by that miss, though.
Yeah, just doing some backflips in the middle of the field, and unfortunately that's not going to turn into a goal. That might, though. Nope, but a big stop by X3.
Yep, and again for the viewers, it is not a best of 5, it is a series of 5. The top 4 teams in the region will get to move on into the playoffs. There's 7 teams in each region, so it is possible to do a 5-0 performance, as it is a series of 5, not a best of 5.
Yep, just think of it like a regular season for any other sport. Every win counts to your standings, and every loss just prevents you from moving up. So the more wins you get, the better, but any win can be valuable. especially when it comes down to deciding which of the top 8 teams in the league will qualify for the playoffs. Oh.
Yeah, that was a laser. That was not going to be able to be blocked. You can see Turbo trying to get it clear, just passes it right out to Dedu, who's waiting for it. And X3 able to finish that pass right into the net at a scorching 78 miles per hour. That shot was impossible to block. And now SK up 2-0.
Yeah, look at just the potency behind that shot. That was a huge amount of velocity. You could see it on the screen when it happened. So, unreal stuff. But here, Turbo Pulsa breaks in the wrong direction. But fortunately for him, Sniper Kid was able to back that up and give them the goal that should have happened. Look at Turbo Pulsa. He's just going to break in the wrong direction.
Yes, but really that play was set up by Alot, who got the touch to put that back into the mid, which led to the goal. So big props to Alot for making that play happen. Turbo, you're right, though. Almost, he could have had that goal for himself. Fortunately, Sniper Kid coming in as the cleanup crew.
Yeah, and that's all that really counts is, as long as that mistake didn't result in a no-goal situation, which it very well could have, it actually works out better for myXMG, that's what I was going to say. And that'll help them close this gap. Here's a big chance. Turbo Pulsa comes in with a dart.
Yep,
he just punches this one in.
So you can see Dedu off the wall, wasn't able to get the hit. Jays are also committed to trying to get that clear. Both players not able to hit it, leaving the ball wide open for Turbo Pulsa to come in and finish that one off.
Yeah, that is a critical tying goal here, too. And look at the big follow-through on the kickoff. Almost resulted in a go-ahead goal for myXMG.
Yep, and we've got, coming up after this, the NA region. So, guys, we'll stick around for that. But still, this game, very exciting, all tied up. myXMG trying to get that second game so they will not be the lowest on the totem pole after week 1.
Well, that honor, unfortunately,
unfortunately,
Supersonic Avengers,
you're right.
did end up getting swept. But yeah, it's nice to kind of have a bit of leeway when it comes to your position in the standings in the EU region. You don't want to be at the very bottom. You don't want to be close to the bottom. Try to avoid that as much as possible.
Yeah, the bottom 3 teams will not make it into the playoffs. So really not wanting to be in that hot seat is myXMG.
Yeah, they're hoping. I think one more win here will really put them in a good spot. Where is he going? Not sure what happened there for Alot. He just kind of goes soaring around. Turbo Pulsa puts a shot into the corner. And I would, they need one more here. Just one more goal, I think, could be enough to give them the win. I think just based off the way this game's been going, if they just keep the pressure up and keep shutting down SK's opportunities, then they should be able to take the second game for themselves. And,
it's going to be close. We are seeing some good passing come out from SK recently. So we'll have to see another big play. All it's going to take is one big play for either one of these teams to take the lead and get that final game in this 5-game series. myXMG right now putting on a lot of offensive pressure. Jazer needing to get that clear, does so, clutches it for his team. And oh no, a bad hit by Turbo Pulsa. See if that makes him pay, but he does recover and now is on the attack.
Yep, good clears here. Final 30 seconds, and if they can't make something happen on either side of the ball, we could finally get an overtime. As if we needed one.
Yes, we have not seen enough overtimes today.
Yeah.
So you can see SK a little bit bundled up here, all grouped up, needing to spread out to make something happen. A good pass off the wall and a dribble opportunity for Turbo Pulsa, who unfortunately doesn't get a great hit on it. And oh my goodness! A 0-second goal!
Alot with the hero goal here. Look at this.
Oh
it's
my.
myXMG, a big win. Just plays it off of the floor. Brilliant stuff, and myXMG manages to take 2 games in this set. A little unexpected, but a big advantage for myXMG going forward here. Wow,
and unfortunately for SK, they do drop it, but myXMG winning that 5th game. So 3 games for SK, 2 for myXMG. myXMG has to be pretty happy about that result, as they are not going to be on the bottom, but they will be, I think, bottom 3 after this first week. But still, Noble has yet to play, and it is still very early in the week. But a very good performance by myXMG versus SK, and now we have the NA region coming up. The first